Well, good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. It is June 3rd. The NBA Finals are tonight, so get your popcorn ready and hopefully you see some good games. I'll be able to watch most of it, but I won't be able to watch all of it. I got to go to work in the morning. I know. And I got stuff to do today. Like, I have got to get Assassin's Creed Shadows, like, finished because it's like you go to help people or do certain things and it opens up more people to go assassinate. I mean, so I get caught up in those side missions, but I'm like level 58 on there, and I'm it's a fun game to play. I'm not complaining, but I got to start on James Bond. I cannot, I got to take something back I got to do some other things today, but I got to start James Bond today. So PS5 Pro will definitely be on that James Bond today. I know. Shout out to what Mooch and what J Dub and other people are saying. The tutorial for James Bond is like 2 hours, so that will be my play thing today. My play time today. I will be doing the tutorial for James Bond, and then I played Madden last night. I finally defeated the Detroit Lions with the Bengals. I had to play a quarter defense. I had to play a quarter defense to get it done. But I got it done. I beat them 27-13. Man, they got some really good tight ends for the Detroit Lions, man. Just phenomenal tight ends. So but all right, moving on. I just want to touch base with you all. Shout out to all you all being here this morning. It's early. I just want to go over the state of play on what I enjoyed about it. I left a link in the description for the total breakdown we did on 60 Frames No Lag. The whole crew was there. Valkyrie, Henry, Chill Will, of course, P Rock was there. Entity, we were all there. So, Extreme, all of us were there. You can go listen to our scores. Again, my score for the state of play that I saw was a 8.5 out of 10. I would have given it a 9, but I would have liked to have seen something from Naughty Dog. That's just me. This doesn't make it bad. It doesn't mean I woke up like, I can't believe today, nothing like that. What I saw on there, I thought was really good. What did I like about the show? I enjoyed the pace of the show. It was just game after game after game, tons of release dates, and just as we all predicted and told you guys that Grand Theft Auto is the boogeyman, and it's the John Wick, it's the boogeyman of the room, and all these games are coming out between late August and early November. I mean, that was just obvious. And other games have been pushed, like Tomb Raider, which I'm gonna buy. The Tomb Raider game I do enjoy, and it's woke, so I'm gonna support it. Uh, so I'll be buying that, but that doesn't come out till next year. Neither does Fable. So it is the state of play. Sony. I'll do my narrative real fast, very simply. I thought Sony came out and hit a triple. They hit an in the park triple. I mean, they knocked that ball into the alley and they got all the way around the third base. I didn't think it was a home run, but that's this my opinion. What is your opinion on it? Leave your comments. I thoroughly enjoyed what I saw. So for all the people who were bitching and moaning at Sony, who were being juicy as hell, they showed you four first party games. Three of them were single player games. Until Dawn is made by was made by Fire Sprite. Until Dawn 2, I'm sorry. That was made by Fire Sprite. That's a Sony first party studio. They showed you God of War, which I thought looked, and I don't know if you've watched it in 4K yet. It looks effing phenomenal. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. The particle effects, the draw distance, the game looked fantastic. Combat looked fun as hell. Looked fast. The combat is faster. It should be. Faye's not going to just brute herself around. And the Wolverine game, which was another single player game. So you had 3 single player games by first party studios. And they showed Marathon, which I'm not playing Marathon, but the game that preview I saw, it looked real good. I hope the game is successful. It's called Marathon, and it's built for the long haul. So I hope the people that are playing Marathon, and it's not that I won't play it if I can get a team together, but like I said, I bought Ready or Not because that's what Chocolate Thunder says, and can't find anybody to roll around with that on Ready or Not. Even offered to play The Division Part 2. Can't find people on that. And I understand. Let me make this clear. Grown ass men got grown ass life and grown men problems. I understand. You're not going to have time to just sit down, put on a headset, and play for 2 hours. If you do, congratulations. Okay, I'm going to correct every man that has that kind of time. I'd rather spend 2 hours doing something else. So that's just me. And it's summertime in the bluegrass. I want to go outside by the pool and drink bourbon and put my foot in the pool before I get on a video game. But that's me. Shout out to everybody who'd rather stay inside and not touch grass, right? So my thoughts on the state of play. Every game I saw looked very interesting. The Onimusha game, I played Onimusha 1, I think on PS1 or PS2. Didn't care for it. I still like Never Ending Nights or 99 Nights. That game's DOA, I guess. Would have been the what Sony did, and you could see it. They got all the hardware announcements out of the way. The fight stick, which again, I'm not into fighters, even though you can play Mortal Kombat on PlayStation Plus right now. Like you can download it and play it. I'm not into fighters, but they gave you a fight stick. They gave you a new monitor. The speakers. Now the speakers that they're coming out with, I am interested in them. If they're, as long as they're not Bluetooth, because my OLED monitor does not do Bluetooth. I have an LG OLED monitor. I need the HDMI plug in for that. Again, that's for me. But they got their hardware announcements out of the way. So we'll move on to Wolverine. So if you don't know about Wolverine, there is no collector's edition of Wolverine per Insomniac Games. My screen, or what your screen could look like if you have a PlayStation 5, which, again, everything they showed you yesterday, PlayStation 5, and the PC people are pissed because they can't get these games and mod them. They started attacking Wolverine 3 minutes into the show. I shit you not. These dudes are, like I said, these dudes are bussy as hell. So, let's see here. Wolverine. Sony. I'm just going to put collection edition. And I don't think it's here. Yeah, so here you go. No, that's the story thing. That's not on the PlayStation blog. If you don't know, you can pre-order Wolverine. So here you go. Yeah, this story comes from Games Radar. We're just gonna put this on the screen for you. So if you don't know, you will now know. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. Shout out to the Notorious B.I.G. So there you go. Wolverine. You can get it right now. You can pre-order it right now. Now what you can do is you can order it and then you can add on. If you order the standard edition, which is $69.99, if you order that edition, you can then order the upgrade. It's $10 upgrade. Shout out to Jim Ryan. They did a $10 upgrade, and you can take your standard edition and just upgrade it to the what they're calling it, the deluxe digital edition. But I'm buying mine, shoot fire. I'm buying mine physical, but just in case if you want to pre-order it today, you can do it today. I will be buying mine digital. I'm going to go. That's one of the things I'm doing today is I'm going to GameStop and I'm going to pre-order that game. So, that's, and I'm going to pre-order the deluxe edition. And I'm trying to tell you all this. The deluxe edition is going to sell very well, and this is why I told you guys Sony's hardware is going up. Sony's services are going up for PlayStation. Sony's games are going to go up too. They already know nobody's going to buy that standard edition. Everybody's going to buy the deluxe edition. It's got the extra outfits, and let me see if I can show you all what it does come with. I don't know if it's on here, but there's your pre-order. You can get it at Walmart. Or here in the United States, you can order it today. You can order it through the PlayStation Store. You all know that. So, and there it is. You can get it at Amazon. You can get it at Best Buy. So PS Direct, like I said, the PS Store and GameStop. So if you still get all your game shopping done at GameStop, you can put over into your pre-order today. Just be aware that GameStop can take up to 2 to 3 days to get a copy to your door. That's why I'm getting it physically. That is why I'm getting it physically, because I can just walk into the store, boom, get it home. Okay. And I support physical media. So that's just me. I certainly remember I told you I was going the way of the dodo bird. I told you that 2 years ago. I buy physical. There are some games I bought digitally because I did not like, and then all the stuff you can just download all the PlayStation stuff now, like all the Spider-Man games. If you just now got a PlayStation, all the Spider-Man games are on Plus. You can just download them. So, and the God of War games on Plus. So just so you know, the Last of Us games are on Plus. Just so you know. But let's see here. I'm trying to see where I want to see where it shows you what it comes with, but now I can't find that. Huh. Well. Let me see if I can find it. Is it here? No, it's not here. See here. Wolverine Deluxe Edition. Sony PS5. Let's see if we get it here now. All right, so here it is. Here it is. Okay. Like Chuck D would say, here it is. Bam. And you got it there. There you go. So that's what it. So there, and so you have the $10 upgrade right there on your right hand side. But if you just get the deluxe edition, you get the 5 exclusive suits, the 5 exclusive claws. Well, there you go. 3 technique points. I guess you're gonna come. It's gonna be one of those RPG type builds. Classic brown suit. You get it early in the game. Reflected claws early unlocked. I guess you don't. I guess it's original claws. You're not gonna be reflective, just so you know. A technique point and 4 PlayStation avatars. So there you go. And there it is on the. If you buy the $69.99 version, then you just come home and say, "Well, I want to do the upgrade." Well, there you go. Personally, I'm just gonna do the one in the middle. That's me. Everybody's different. And I may double dip and get it over here too. I may double dip and give it away. That's probably what I'll end up doing. So I'm gonna get this one at GameStop standard. Then I'll eventually get to the deluxe edition. Eventually, but I'm gonna start here. But I may start here and then just add this. I don't know. But I'm buying the game. So what I saw was moved me enough to buy the game. And I'm not a major Wolverine fan. I'm not. Never have been. My favorite X-Men is Gambit. That's just my favorite X-Men. But and I've said that before. But overall, yeah, I think that they showed up and they showed out, as the saying goes with you kids. So I gave that State of Play 8.5. And what did you all see something? And finally, the God of War game. Just wow, just looked so good. The particle effects, the hit mechanics, the speed at which it was moving, and you got people running around saying it was on PS6 when clearly I believe it says before it starts, it's it was on PS5 Pro. Also, it's now confirmed that Alana Pierce, the girl that everybody seems to always talk about, she has now disclosed that that's the God of War game that she worked on, that she wrote lore for. Again, she stated that is out of the bag. That is on the internet right now. So, so just make sure you all go check that out. And congratulations to her, because you had people running around talking about she was a fraud, she was lying. She's under NDA. She can't tell you what she's doing. She cannot tell you what she's doing. So, but overall, yeah, the story itself. I mean, I've heard that it was from that they were Aztec gods, is what you were saying. Then I heard that they were African, Egyptian gods. So I don't know what's been confirmed. I've had 2 emails from 3 different people. 2 of them confirming they were African gods. But again, I'm not sure, because I don't think they ever said their names, at least not to my knowledge. But if somebody knows, just leave a comment. It's not that big a deal. The Until Dawn Part 2, or Until Dawn 2, that looks pretty crazy. And Until Dawn 1 was fun for me. it was fun to play that type of game. Again, Sony doesn't. It's good that Sony now has a studio that makes that type of game. I thought that they should have bought Quantum Dream from David K. I thought they should have bought that studio. They did do Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. They did that. I on record saying I thought Sony missed the train on that one. I've said that. Just like I said with Microsoft, I thought they missed the train on buying BioWare. BioWare makes Jade Empire, Mass Effect, all that stuff. To me, when BioWare asked Microsoft to purchase them, they should have said yes. Then they would have the Mass Effect series. But shout out to what they're doing. They're sponsoring the Expanse game. So there it's Secret. Okay, let's check that out then. That's Egyptian deity. Okay, alrighty. Oh no, that's fine. I mean, all right. So if that's who it is, that's who it is. So this is God of War Egypt. So all you people that were saying they're God of War Egypt, this is it. This is God of War Egypt. I guess this is what you all were talking about, right? So, yeah. So what I saw of that game, I thought that was the best looking game they had there, and it's not even ready yet. I'm like, that game looks like, because that was an actual gameplay. Literally, when it starts, it says start game. You know, that literally what it says. It says game start or start the game or something like that. I was like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And I don't think it had a release date. So it's it's really, they showed some stuff yesterday. The Ace Combat, I've never played those games because they're too arcadey, but it looked interesting. I certainly hope that maybe I'll show some interest and maybe it'll pull me in. But as of right now, no, I don't see it happening. But what did you all see? First things first, did you all watch it? I've got a poll up, and it's just clearly asking a simple question of did you all watch the State of Play, and did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the State of Play? You know, that's just what it is here. Right now, I got 80% of you all say yes and 20% saying no, and that's about right. And what score would you give it? My score 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. And to me, seeing these moist ass, bussy ass dudes complaining, and it's so funny. Now they're saying things are being wedged in and it's being forced. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think it's true. They are allowed to explore other people's experiences and what they do. That's all Sony's doing. It's called world building. You all should read a book about it. With God of War, they've done 2 God of War remake games, and they've now done, this is a brand new game, and this is, again, Sony showed brand new games. You know, Wolverine's a brand new game, Until Dawn, brand new game, God of War, brand new game, and 3 and different protagonists, okay? They show different, and they have confirmed, I think Insomniac Games has now confirmed that Jean Grey will not be playable. But to me, if you play Control, that looked like the same girl. I'm like, that looks like the girl from Control. You know, so, but that's just my opinion. That is my opinion. But let's see who's in the house. El Nini is in the house. He's a member. And shout out to him. And let's see here. El Nini says they have a really great Meet the Cast video on YouTube. Talented. Yeah, I'll definitely sit down and watch that today, possibly. He said he enjoyed the State of Play. He called it Secret Stash said State of Greatness. Yeah, but what games did you all see that stood out? I thought the Rain Man game, a lot of people were excited about that game. Not me personally, but I know a lot of people that were looking forward to possibly playing that game again, and it looked really good. It's not my type of game, but it looked really good. I am not over here being bussy like these dudes online. They mad as hell over the God of War game. They mad as hell over the way Jean Grey looks. Like, to me, she looks like Jean Grey. I just thought she looked like the girl from Control. So the girl from Control looks like Jean Grey. So George says Mom of War. He said it's trash. Okay, well, don't play it. Don't play it. Where was the Naughty Dog game? Well, again, I'm disappointed it wasn't there, but I'm not mad, okay? Obviously they didn't need it. It's not ready to show. See, you guys can't, like I said before, in one breath, people will say, maybe not you personally, you'll have people say things like, Sony doesn't need to show us anything until we're ready to see it. And then which is fine. And then those same people get upset when Sony doesn't say anything about anything. And that's just, to me, it's silly. To me, it's silly. It's like, okay, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So, let's see here. Give it a 7.5. It's a good show. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Everybody scores different. Bender Stream said he gave it an 8 out of 10. Great content, no bloat, no filler, but needed one more surprise. Fair enough. I think that's fair. You already pre-ordered Wolverine. You pre-ordered Wolverine, Tomb Raider, and Only Moses. Wow. So they got you. They got your wallet. The people are talking about, there's all these games coming out. Yeah, Silent Hill looked really good as well. So I'll look into, I'm gonna buy that game. I think somebody said the game is only $49.99. Is that true? Somebody can look that up. So Monty White gave it a 9. He says, yeah, they can't mod or steal it or pirate it. Yeah, they're mad that they cannot go in and change those characters. They are so mad. And the young woman, Deborah Ann Woll, she also plays Karen on Daredevil Born Again. But it is this, and to me, yeah, she, like the one guy said, I saw this on Twitter. I don't know if I can pull this up again. This one guy says his name is he spells his name, looks like it's Bubleek. This is what he says. He says the God of War meltdown. And he goes on to read it. Here, let me see if it'll let me put it on screen. Let's see here. See if it'll let me put it on screen. It may not. That way we can just kind of read it together. You all can see it too. That way you all don't think I'm making shit up. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. So he says the God of War controversy or meltdown. Now the people that are melting down are these little dick guys. I mean, I don't worry about that. They bussy as hell. But this guy says, a God of War meltdown. Sony revealed God of War Lafayette State of Play, a spinoff where you play as Kratos' dead wife Faye in the afterlife of the gods. Within hours, it became 3 wars at once, and the loudest one was built on a lie. So, here we go. Yeah, David Jaffe, the original creator, called it dead and compared it to Forspoken on stream. Forspoken, I mean, there's some comparisons, especially with the talking cube, which I liked. Who don't want a talking cube in their life, right? It says writer Alana Pierce confirmed she spent 4 years on it. The project and NDA banned her from naming. Okay, so yeah, so that's the project that you just saw with God of War. Faye is the project that she wrote things for, and it said people were calling her a fraud because, again, you get those jobs, you can't talk about what you're working on. You can't. And there was another God of War guy, I think Ragnarok was already there when she got there. So the final one is the viral "they made her ugly" image compares a glam photo shoot to a character who literally just died. And then here's what I love. 23 minutes of new combat shown. Zero of the outrage was how the game actually played. So there you go. That's the grift. And look at all these people that are grifting off of it. They all have blue check marks. Steve, blue check mark. Astro, blue check mark. That's what they're going to do. Okay? They're going to just automatically start bitching and moaning. Like I said, they bussy as hell. So I mean, they worse than being juicy. I mean, juicy is bad enough, but these dudes are bussy. And so I thought it was, shout out to that guy for calling that out. I loved it. I love what he did. So Jenna Hayes is in the house. Did not see you there, Miss Hayes. Certainly hope you had a good day. Had a good day there. And let's see here. She says she loved the new God of War, especially since it has nice snow bunny. Oh man. Well, she does have it is a nice little red head. I like my gingers. Shout out to all you lovely gingers out there who don't get enough love. You always have, the gingers always had nice red hair and freckles. So shout out to but that's nothing. I'm not gonna cheat on my other snow bunny, Aloy. Aloy's my original snow bunny. But yeah, that Faye, she can get it too. I definitely would take her to Cheddar's. So Since you're gonna get the standard edition of what Wolverine. Yeah, I think a lot of people are, and I did it with Spider-Man. Shout out to Titanfall Princess, who I remember she gave me a donation so that I could go ahead and buy the was it the City Never Sleeps DLC or something like that? The City Won't Sleep. It's something with the original Spider-Man game. It was, I mean, we're going back 2018, but big shout out to Titanfall Princess for doing that. El Nini says you get the upgrades and the message parlors. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Said first party games have the full game on disc, unlike Xbox does with their first party title. I mean, that's okay. It's okay what Xbox is doing as well. I don't have an issue with Xbox. I certainly hope they do well. I hope Asha Sharman does a good job for them. She's a young executive getting her first bite at the steak, so to speak. Certainly hope she does a good job. I don't have no issue with what she's doing. So Monty White says he's seen 6 games on that list to buy. There you go. Yeah, I mean, for me, Silent Hill, Wolverine, God of War, and the Until Dawn, those are definite buys. Even the stunt game, I'm interested in that. That may be something like I forgot when they said it was coming out, but the Stuntman game, Wolverine, you can do the buy 2 get 1 free. I may see if I can do that because I'm getting Call of Duty, I'm getting Wolverine, and then I think I should be able to get a second game or another game for free. When they do the buy 2 get 1 free, and I think the Stuntman game may be it. So, or Silent Hill. So, but I'm getting them. So, yeah, Silent Hill and Ill looked insane. Yeah, Ill does look insane. Chill Will, shout out to Chill Will. He's really excited about that. Both those games. He likes horror games. Shout out to him. So he had a nice full plate with what they did yesterday. Where was the Kana game? The new Kana game, which again, I didn't care for Bridget Spears. I didn't finish it. I remember I got called out for not finishing games because, I don't like the game, but I'm supposed to force myself to finish it, right? But I didn't finish Kana Bridget Spears, so maybe this other Kana will be a little bit better. There's nothing wrong with what those brothers did. I'm happy for those guys at Ember Labs. And people would say, well, Sony should have picked them up. Well, they're a second-party studio for Sony. So it's just there's no reason for Sony to take on that type of overhead when you're already partnering with them. Like it's lower risk when you just partner because you do send money, but you don't take the risk of the studio. You just kind of like, oh, okay, it's Sony still could come back and try to get them. Let's see here. Brendan String says, maybe I'm expecting too much. I still think Sony's first party was underrepresented at the State of Play. Still needed 1 or 2 more announcements to be attended. No, that's fine. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Now, you see how you see, guys, how he just did that? He made an observational statement, and he's moving on. Bender Strings is not going to sit up there and keep bitching about it, I assume, because none of you all, I mean, it's okay to file a critique, but complaining about it is stupid. Shout out to what Porter Rock, I don't know if you all saw Porter Rock's upload he did when he was talking about how Sony did not listen to any of you all complaining, which is exactly what I've been saying. So you complaining makes no sense at all because they're not going to listen to you. All they care about is the bottom line, the dollar, and that's what they should. Anybody who gets upset at Sony or any for-profit company, they get upset with them for trying to figure out ways to get profit. You got hoe in you. That's all there is to it. You bussy as hell. You got hoe in you. All right, that's all there is to it. Why are you upset that a for-profit, publicly traded company is trying to find out ways to make a profit? Like I said, that you bussy. So that's all I can really say. Monty White's in the house. He says they said that about Uncharted 4. They thought that that was a PS5 game. I remember The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, and Ghost, Yeah, I know. You're right. PlayStation Studios, the way they make their games, and I understand why it takes them so long to make, but they have made 2 God of War games this generation. Because God of War Ragnarok and then this one. So they've made 2 God of War games. And again, I don't know how the new one will play, but I'm excited for it because I like that actress, and I'm interested to see what Alana Pierce's take on. And if she's using African gods, I've got to put that under a different kind of scrutiny. Being a black man, that will be under a different scrutiny. I want to see the way she interpreted those gods. Now, again, it may not be real. I'm not here to say that, but I want to see how much lore she used because she don't have to use all of it. But let's just see how exactly they use what they did. Because Laufey, if you watch Thor: Dark World, Laufey is in charge of the Frost Giants. That's where I couldn't place that name. And then finally it hit me this morning, like, oh, Laufey, that's if you watch it, that's Loki's father. So we'll see. Maybe Loki, maybe Kratos isn't Loki's father. You know, I will have to wait and see. Maybe Faye cheated. Maybe she went out and drank some box wine. I mean, we don't know. So it's gonna be fun for me to watch it. So yeah, the NBA Finals is tonight. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I will be able to watch some of that tonight. Got to work in the morning, but yeah. The Rain Man game. Yeah, again, Rain Man, again, I'm not into that, but that game did look fun, and I certainly hope the people that were excited about it, I want to make this clear, the people that were excited about it, I hope that your excitement remains high and that you purchase the game and you enjoy the game, okay? Fire Sprite looked like they made a good game. Yeah, Fire Sprite, I thought when they picked up Fire Sprite, I thought that was a good, I said, when they bought them, I said that was a solid pickup. When they bought Housemarque, I said that was a solid pickup. I wasn't for sure about Blue Point because I'm like, well, Blue Point hasn't made really anything. They've made remasters, but they have never came up. They never had to brainstorm and get their own ideas. So in essence, why would Sony maintain a studio to do just nothing but other people's games? When like with Fire Sprite, that's at least Until Dawn. That's an original for them. Now it is a part 2, but the first Until Dawn game was fun to play for me personally. So it said From Software was the big whiff. Okay, why is From Software a big whiff? What happened there? Why is that a big whiff? Just let me know. Phantom Blade Zero, October, get it ready. Yeah, and it didn't look like that somebody was a baby daddy. Now, see, I forgot about that one. But again, I don't care for those type of games, but I will follow that. Maybe they can change my mind, but it's okay for not everything to be for me. There were games there I saw I enjoyed. Just like I've gone and looked at some cars the other day. Me and my girlfriend went and looked at some cars. Not everything. We didn't agree on everything that we liked. You know, she liked the trucks more than I did, and I liked the sedans more than she did. But it's okay. Not the end of the world. So, yeah, rip the Peebo Bryson, definitely. Yeah, we lost him, and we lost, what was it, the bass player for the Commodores? Yeah, this too bad. Said Jaffe is broken, bro. Just go make a game. Let's see what you got instead of crying like a baby. Yeah, I agree. You know, I mean, what he is saying is that they're bastardizing an IP that he made, but it won the game of the year. So the way that they're making those games, and God of War Ragnarok barely lost game of the year a few years ago. So, I mean, again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to get upset over people's opinions. But if Jaffe continues to complain, then he got hoe in him. I mean, that's all there is to it. A grown-ass men complaining ain't the best look. Ask Jenna Hayes. She's a grown woman. I'm sure that men that are complaining all the time and whining, she may say they didn't go kick some rocks. So, Robin Alabama. Oh, no, I get the bit rate warning because I did forget to change my bit rate before this thing started. I forgot to put it in low. Says here, the outrage is fake internet fluff. Sony see the actual numbers, the reason they pull from people. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. Let's see here. Robin Alabama said if they were completely wrong, you guys wouldn't have to insult them. Explain that. Explain that. So, any woke grifters are crying about Sony female games. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is about expanding the universe. That's why I said about the Last of Us game that I would pitch to Sony would be a prequel with I would have Joel in there, but I would also have some other characters to see how they were affected by everything. And you would have more I guess you would I don't even call them infected. You would have more infected, but it would only be in the first the virus or the fungus, I'm sorry, would only be in the first 2 stages. You may run into some second stage people, but the third phase you would not see. So because we would be at the beginning of the pandemic. So let's see here. Money White says maybe she was killed by her baby daddy. That's why she. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, again, they can interpret the lore. It's lore. It's not real, so you can interpret it the way you want. So that's fine too. So Avatar, Way of Water, or Fire and Ash. I like the Way of Water more, but there's all 3 of those Avatar movies have been fantastic to watch, so I have no issue with those Avatar movies. Muhammad says that Wolverine and Faye game looked amazing. Both games looked amazing. No, I'm not denying that. You could tell their first party studios stand out from. I mean, to me, the Onimusha game looked good. The Phantom Blade Zero, all that looked good. But those games, those first party games, they stood out. The characters and the mechanics, yeah, that stood out. I agree, and they should. The first party studios, like Sean Layton said, and I agree with him. I'm just paraphrasing him. The first party studios exist so that you can see. They need to be able to show everybody what you can do. Okay, what you can do. So that's what I liked about it. So let's see here. Why are these men mad on Twitter? Yeah, there you go. 1-inch pinchers. Yeah. And again, it's a grift. It is a grift. They consider it part of the culture war that men particularly, you all know this. Men, particularly white men, are being targeted and they're being pushed. They're being what is commonly called decentered. So, and this is what DJ Vlad, shout out to DJ Vlad, when he was interviewing Tariq Nasheed, DJ Vlad said that if white men do not see a reflection of themselves, they will try to tear it down. And that's what they're doing with Star Wars. They're already upset because the He-Man movie, which I saw, which made my side hurt, and that's not a good thing. There were things about it I did like. If you like the cartoons, you'll like the movie. But if you're just an outsider going to see a movie, you're going to be like, man, what the hell is this? You are. But again, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'll just simply say that's a matinee movie. If I paid full price to see He-Man, I would have went off. But again, they think everything is about them. That's the problem. And the fact is that people are losing jobs. They don't have the money. And now they're seeing things that have been reflective of them change. And it's changing because other people have money. I always tell people the movie that started this was Black Panther from Marvel. That movie made over $1.2 billion. And it was mostly, I want to make this clear, it doesn't make $1.2 billion without white people going to see the movie. However, the movie itself was predominantly pushed by black dollars. Okay? That's the because black folks, we went and saw it multiple. I saw Black Panther 3 times. So I saw it once on Friday, once on Saturday, and I went back Sunday. I went to see it Sunday like at 1:15 out at the Regal. And I had to sit real at the very front. Because I had never watched a movie that close. I was like 5 rows back and I watched it. Didn't care for it sitting that close, but it was still Black Panther. But and that's just more people have money, have money, discretionary money to spend than white men. And it's pissing them off. So it's unfortunate because they're this world building. Not everything has to be about them. But that's what DJ Vlad said to Tariq Nasheed. Hey, they don't see themselves, they're going to tear it apart. And that's what's happening. They don't see themselves in Faye, even though she was married to Kratos. All they do is they see Kratos, who's a badass, and he is. They see themselves in that. That's what you're saying. It's bullshit. But that's your real explanation. That's why they're upset. It is I'm being pushed to the side. What are they saying? I'm being forced to, I was forced to play Ghost of Yotei. No, nobody put a belt to their head and said you better play Ghost of Yotei. Okay? They were like, well, they replaced a good male character with a female character, but the male character was done. Jin Sakai's story has a beginning, middle, and end. It's time to move on. And all they did was world build. So the next, if there's another Ghost, which I know they're making a Ghost of Tsushima TV show, that will have a male Jin Sakai in it. So, I mean, it will, but you have to remember the team that Jin put together, he had men and women on his team. The woman's the one that saved his life, if I remember the game correctly. So it's just like, I've said this before, let's get the fuck out of here with the bullshit. So they're upset. That's what they're upset about. To me, it's silly. You just got a bunch of people bussy as hell, and that's why they're complaining. And again, I just started with the whole Jean Grey thing. Everybody knows Jean Grey is more powerful than Logan, right? We know that, right? Jean Grey is an Omega level mutant. She's one of the most powerful mutants on the planet. So, and she's an X-Man. From what it sounded like, Logan, who's Wolverine, is working. It's not with the X-Men in this game. He's working outside. That's why they clearly said he's not the only person trying to get to these mutants. So, and it shows Sabretooth. We know Mystique is in it. We know Mystique's in it. How do I know that? I'm not spoiling it. Go back to the first trailer. Mystique is in it. Okay? So you'll see Mystique at some point. So you have Logan, you have Mystique, you have Jean Grey, you have Sabretooth. So that's like 4. And they're allegedly Omega Red may be in it. So, and I agree with Lono. Shout out to him when he said that clearly the Wolverine game is the appetizer to them getting into the X-Men. It's just the appetizer. Okay? So don't go into the Wolverine game. You're going to have people screaming. I'm telling you right now, because they bussy. They're going to be like, well, they didn't show this. They didn't show that. Okay. They didn't. I mean, the next Spider-Man, you all get ready for the next Spider-Man game. Because remember, if you finish Spider-Man 2, the second Spider-Man game that Sony did, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales' second Spider-Man game. But the third Spider-Man game, you clearly hear Miles say to Peter at the end when he's about to leave from Peter Parker and Mary Jane's house, he says, I got this, Pete. He says that. So he is don't be surprised if Miles, this is your mainline Spider-Man in the Insomniac Games universe, and he is going to have Silk. That's Cindy Moon. If you watch if you watch the credits of the game, there's a 1-minute cutscene where Henry Moon, if you listen to Miles's mother, she keeps talking about Henry Moon is Cindy Moon's daddy. And Henry is what? I think he's Korean. So now you're going to have Korean representation. So you can open up Koreatown in the next Spider-Man game. And you're going to have Black and Latino representation with Miles Morales. His father's Black. Uncle is Black. Mother is Hispanic. Is Latino, I should say. I'm sorry. And the other Peter Parker is going to be sidelined. Okay? So they're going to go nuts. I'm just letting you know right now. They're going to go crazy. Okay? They're going to complain about Grand Theft Auto this fall because Lucia, you can actually, like you did the male characters in Grand Theft Auto 5, how you could change their hair, you could accessorize them. Well, Franklin, you look in the mirror, he get different haircut, different clothes. You're going to be able to put nail polish and acrylic nails and change Lucia's hair. You're going to be able to do all the same things. And these guys are going to go crazy when that happens. They're going to lose their shit, and it's just going to be funny. But if you all want to know where it's coming from, that's where it's coming from. A white nationalist came up with a theory called the replacement theory, which is that white men are being replaced. And it's been around for 40 years, but it has gone mainstream. So that's what you're running into. So now you understand the history on what you're seeing. And Sony's going to continue to expand and world build. So if you can play a Spider-Man game where they opened up where Miles Morales lives, which is what, Queen? Where the Miles Morales from? Is it Queens? Alexa, where is Spider-Man Miles Morales from? No, I'm sorry, Parker's from Queens. He's from Brooklyn. So they opened up Brooklyn. So you had Brooklyn, you had Queens. Now you can open up Koreatown. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they're going. Look. Just I'm letting you know now. That's what's gonna happen. And these guys, it's not all of them. Let's be 100% fair. It ain't even most of them. But the internet is doing exactly what it got designed to do. Was it's making 10 men feel like 100. That's what it was designed to do. So it feels like when you're in that algorithm. When you're in that algorithm with them, it feels like all of them are like that. But if you get out of that algorithm, there are people just destroying them. That's why the pushback against them has been so bad. Like it's been so strong. They're slowing them down. You know, first remember this 2 weeks ago? It was James Bond, right? Wasn't it not James Bond? I can't believe he got a female in his ear. But again, M has always been, when I watched James Bond, M was always a female. That's for me, and I'm a James Bond fan. Now, the M that I grew up with, she died. In the universe, James Bond universe, M died. There's a new one. I think played by is it Ralph Fiennes? I think he is now playing the new M. So Q has always been a man, M has always been a woman. But if you play Resident Evil Requiem, Leon Kennedy got a woman in his ear. He got a woman in his ear, right? You know, and they're gonna lose their mind when they find out that that Wong is a Ada Wong. She may have had some surgery done, and there's a wedding, and you're gonna see somebody's husband. So I'm just gonna leave it there. So they're gonna be like, ah! I mean, it's gonna sound like that. So. But that's where it's coming from, guys. That's where it's coming from. So they showed Mystique in the second trailer. Yeah, so we know Mystique is going to be there. We know it. So, and again, so I'm not spoiling anything. If you didn't know, it was in the second trailer. So don't come to me saying you're spoiling it. No. This is in the second trailer. So tell them to watch Sausage Party, the movie. Yeah, that's what I've done it before. I said one was bussy. I said you're up here upset over a female protagonist, so you must want to look at a man. Are you bussy? That's what I said. That's what I said. You got hoe in you. That's all I can really say about it at this point. Because I don't care as long as the game, like the gameplay for the God of War game that I saw yesterday, looked real good. Now, maybe it's not. I mean, I don't know. I haven't got my hands on it yet. I may get it and be like, this gameplay is kind of ugh. So, he said they're starting crying about the new Tomb Raider. Yeah, I saw that. They're upset. They're saying now that Lara Croft is ugly. I'm like, no. I said, that Lara Croft that was 8-bit Lara Croft, the blocky Lara Croft, that Lara Croft was ugly. What's up, AB Media? Shout out to AB. Let's see here. Carnage, yeah. Now, I didn't like that Venom with Carnage in it. That movie, that was trash. So, CD Projekt Red and Sony. Yeah, I think that there could be something happening there. So lightning uppercut in the house. How you doing? But CD Projekt Red, the Witcher 4 game, that game is going to be shown, I think, at Summer Game Fest or the Future Game Show or something like that. They're going to show that game. And you got to remember, the canon ending to Witcher 3 is Ciri becoming a Witcher. Now, how do I know that? Because Witcher 4, they said she's a Witcher. Now, I've got all 3 endings. I got 3 because I didn't play Witcher 1 and 2. So I only got 3 endings. And I played Witcher. I got all 3 endings. I got the one where Geralt and Ciri died. Which is the bad ending. I got the one where she becomes the princess or the queen. And I got the one where she becomes a Witcher. So that's the ones that, so the one where she's a Witcher is the canonized ending. Okay? Just like with Mass Effect, the new Mass Effect game that they're working on. The canonized ending is destroyed. Now, how do I know that? because when you look at the last trailer for Mass Effect, the Reapers aren't being controlled. The Reapers aren't, there's none of that. The Reapers are destroyed. They're destroyed. And you can clearly see they're destroyed. So, let's see here. Our says, don't tell them the Prime Hunters and Lion Prime. Yeah, I know they're females. Yeah. Now, but the lion, the male lion is the king because the females hunt and bring him back food. But the male lions are in charge of let's see who's calling. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yep, sorry about that. Yeah, the Black Widow spider is bigger than the male spider too. That's it's stupid. Guys, I wanted to give you a history of where it came from. That way, you all can now sit back and just laugh at it. Because just get out of that algorithm because they're grifting. Number two, they know they're in a culture war, and they're in the entertainment sector. In the entertainment sector, to their credit, they're being pushed back upon, especially today at least in my Twitter feed, those guys are being called bussy. I mean, that's all I can really say is just you got a bunch of bussy ass dudes out there. So, let's see here. Monty White says thus happened during the Great Depression. Black had to pick up the slack. We kept dollars at home because banks wouldn't deal with us. Then they needed us. Ask GM. Yeah, that's true too. That's true. So you watched Infinity War 5 times in the theater. Wow, I was a 2-time watcher of Infinity War. I watched it Friday night, and I literally went back 12 hours. I watched it Friday at 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, I watched it Friday at 5:45, and I went back Saturday at 1:45. It was sold out. I mean, it was sold out each time I went. So, phenomenal game. So, Star Wars female get hate by anti-woke. Yeah, because again, they killed off Han Solo, a white male, and they made Luke Skywalker a white male, a Force ghost. They do not care that Harrison Ford, who played Han Solo, wanted Han Solo to die in 1979. That's before most of these men were running down the sides of their mama's legs, okay? And they're mad that Harrison Ford got what he wanted. Again, so the white man, Harrison Ford, got what he wanted with his character. That's what he wanted. He wanted the character to die because he likes the Han Solo character, but his favorite character is Indiana Jones. That's Harrison Ford's favorite character. That's why Indiana Jones ain't died yet. And there's been 5 Indiana Jones movies? So 5 or 6, the first 3. The first one was real good. The second one was meh. But Last Crusade, that's one of the best movies you will ever see. And that's because it was directed by Steven friggin' Spielberg, the GOAT. Okay? So of course it was going to be good. Lightning Uppercut in the house. How you doing? They had to show Tomb Raider, the Xbox show. They say she's beautiful. Well, I mean, again, I think there's been 3 models of Lara Croft. I think the last 2 models of her have been, she's attractive. So, but that's just my opinion. I think she's an attractive model that they're using. But I mean, who cares? So, Exodus gameplay Saturday. Yes, I'll be at work, but I'm gonna try to sneak that in. I gotta work Saturday, but I gotta sneak that in, obviously. What I think of Token, again, D-Nice, nothing's wrong with it. I don't play fighting games. I ran through my fighting games at the arcade in the 90s. Nothing's going to replace that. However, shout out to everybody who is going to make that extra investment, get that fighting stick, and get the game. So I think that's fantastic. Again, not everything there was for me. Everything's for, and that's perfectly fine. So they don't need. So next state of play, September. That's when I think you'll see Grand Theft Auto bundles. Okay, is in September. About 6 weeks away, 2 months to 6 weeks away from the time it comes out. Monty White, they don't know what woke mean. I know. We know they are. I think it's fun. That's why I support woke. So again, I'm buying God of War. I'm buying Silent Hill. Silent Hill, the joke writes itself. A black man in a ghost town. Ain't no black people gonna go to the ghost town in the first place. So that joke writes itself. You have Until Dawn, that your typical Saturday night slasher movie to try to keep those kids alive. That for me is fun. I like that. I like The Quarry. and I like, and so I'll buy Until Dawn 2 when it comes out. And of course Wolverine. I mean, my goodness gracious. I mean, what can you say? Looking very good. So, um, Absolute Purple, Dragon Age, Veilguard, dog shit. What the fuck happened to God of War? Another friend. Well, Dragon Age. If you didn't play 1, 2, and 3, Veilguard, and I've said Veilguard should have, instead of Inquisition being done, it should have been Veilguard. But Inquisition is one of the best games that you'll see, that you'll play. It's considered one of the best RPGs ever made. Veilguard, because I know the lore with the Veilguard jumping between worlds, I enjoyed it. But I understand people who are like, well, what the hell is this? It makes sense to me. But if you play the first two I've said this before, in order, play Dragon Age 1 and 2, then play Veilguard, then go ahead and play Inquisition. At that point, it makes perfect sense. But that you do see they made the Inquisitor default female. That's an RPG. You don't have to use a default female. Like with Mass Effect, I've played Mass Effect with the default female Shepard. I've used a regular I've created my own female Shepard, and I've used the male Shepard. But I've mostly used 90% male Shepard. But Mass Effect Andromeda, the female protagonist, the game flows better with the female antagonist. Or protagonist, I should say. I'm sorry. So, Dune 3, yeah, I'll be going to see that. Control, yeah, I forgot that was there. Yeah, I'll be buying that too. So now I'm up to what, 5 games? So, yeah, Control. And then there's stuff at the future game. I'm buying Exodus next year. I'm going to buy Witcher next, the Witcher DLC that's coming, or the next Witcher game is coming. I'll buy that because I've liked the Witcher series so far that I played. So, so many games are releasing in September. You have to grab Blood of Don Walker and Wolverine. Nothing else speaks. Yeah, well, like I said, there's going to be a lot of people holding themselves out. I mean, people are going to be holding themselves out because there's just, you're right. I mean, everything was just, was just September, October, because they're getting out of, they're getting out of the way of Grand Theft Auto. So the good, that's even more good news that Grand Theft Auto is not going to be delayed. So because they're getting, and because they're getting all these games out in front of it. So yeah, Fable got moved, Tomb Raider got moved, so it's part of it. There hasn't been a bad God of War yet. I mean, I'm still playing Ragnarok. I think that game is good so far. I finished 2018 God of War, the one that won the Goldie. I never played the other God of War games because they were on PS3. I had an Xbox. So, but I know he ain't the God of War because that's Ares. I mean, everybody knows that's Ares. And then somebody said, well, Kratos killed Ares. I'm like, that was a fake Ares. There's no way that was a real Ares. So, yeah, I'm ready for GTA 6 myself. I'm excited for it. So I'm very, 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 very excited for it. But yeah, when I trade these games in and get my $10 gift card, that's what I'm saying. I said, well, if I get enough to put it on a gift card for whoever, So that's my plan. I got to take this ticket back. So I bought my movie ticket for Disclosure Day on the 12th. And I gotta work, so I have to take that ticket back and exchange it for one on the 13th because I'm off. So that's what I'll be doing today. Then I'll go to GameStop, and I'll get rid of those games. I'll trade those games in. So Gears of War E-Day. Well, that's supposed to be shown Sunday, right? It's supposed to be shown in 5 more days. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll see that. Onimusha plays good. Now, I never was a fan. I finished the very first Onimusha, but I didn't care for it. So that's when I told myself I will never finish a game I don't like. So I will start games. If I don't like, I'm like, ugh. I'll try to come back to it. So it's like I'm at the end of the first Control on PC. I'm at the very end of it. And I'm like, I'd rather play something else. I've got this game beat. I want to play Alan Wake 1 and 2. I've never finished Alan Wake 1 either. So, and I'm playing that on PC. So, oh man. So, what else did you say here? What happened to God of War, the franchise? Oh, okay. Well, again, like I said before, they're simply expanding the God of War universe. That's what their Sony world builds. That's what they're good at. That's what they're doing. So that's what happened with God of War. So it's just they're doing a little side story there, what we call a sidebar. Nova Red in the house. Bonjour, Nova Red. Bonjour. Have you tried the demo? We are playing the demo right now. So for only money. I have not. No, like I said, I'll give that a whirl, but I got to take this ticket back. I got to trade these games in. Then I got to come back and start loading up 007. Then I'll get to Onimusha. Okay. So if I don't get to Onimusha, don't send the French Foreign Legion after me. Okay. So, oh man, IGN or GameSpot. I don't know. I just now started watching kind of funny games. Like I just started watching to see what the big deal is. I'm like, what's the big deal about that? They're just like, what's the big deal? You know, what am I missing here? I got I got to do some grown man stuff. But yeah, First Light has just been. I bought First Light last week. And because I'm like, I finished Battlefield 6. I finished that campaign. Wonderful campaign. Shout out to EA DICE for getting that day. That shit was good. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm knocking down these lieutenants out. I got 2 more to take out. Then I hope I can fight the boss. You know. So, said we need a break from Kratos. Don't listen to these fools. This in the game. Well, I mean, again, I know. I mean, they're world building, and it's like I said about The Last of Us. If they do a Last of Us prequel, are you not going to buy it? So what if they do a Last of Us that does not have Ellie in it? If they just use Joel, you use Tess, and maybe Tommy. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just putting that out there. I mean, would you not buy that because you're interested in the world that they're in? So, and again, it'd be a. I mean, again, like I said before, you'd have more infected running around. You would probably not see anything like you do that giant monster. I don't know what it's called, but like it's in like the 3rd or 4th phase. But you would see a lot of phase 1 and phase 2 infected, and you would have more weapons because you'll be at the beginning of the infection. So you have more weapons. You'd have bazookas, and you'd have stuff like you have rocket launchers. You'd have more weapons. They'd be easier to maintain. All that. I'm just putting this out here as someone who likes to do world building, and it's part of geek culture. But yeah, you hear it all the time. You hear people like in the manosphere complaining about shit. And I'm like, well, go build your own world. Why are you? They were talking about an R-rated Star Wars movie. Okay, well, motherfucker, you go write the script. You write the script for an R-rated Star Wars movie. Quentin Tarantino already tried, and he tried to do an R-rated Star Trek movie, and Paramount turned him down. Okay, at least he tried. So why don't you take your sorry black ass to the library or wherever, write an outline, and send it in to Lucas Arts or Disney to say, here's an outline of a Star Wars movie I would like to see made. But see, they won't do that. That's why I said you got a bunch of bussy-ass dudes out here. So... let's see here. Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and Odyssey. Yeah, I'm going to go see both of them. I'm going to go see both of them. So, we were talking budget after the state of play. Budget for what? Exactly. So, Battlefield 6. Yeah. Well, again, we don't know. They left it open-ended, right? It was open-ended. You do hear a gunshot, though. But that doesn't mean anything. You're right about that. It's a very good catch. I thought based on what she was saying and what had happened, what she did, because of what she did, I think he did pull the trigger. But that's just my opinion. That is my opinion, right? So, Sony Pictures or Disney? Right now, Disney is knocking it out. But Sony, they did The Boys. I don't know if you know that. The Boys TV show. They did The Boys. They're doing Spider-Man. It's not like they're bad. So it's not like they're bad. So this is if Faye comes back, Kratos will have 2 women hanging out. Well, again, Faye died. They clearly show you this is happening after Faye dies. After her body is born and is remade in another realm where she will be taking on other gods. That's what it looks like to me. However, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. So Wolverine, God of War, Phantom Blade, Rain Man, GTA 6 on what? Oh, you talking about but as far as what you're going to buy? Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I mean, when it's so bad. Like I said, I'm doing trade-ins. I'm about to trade stuff in so I can get some in-store credit. So yeah, I know. I understand. It's gonna be tough. I mean, like I said, the 5 games I'm getting, I forgot about Control. You don't have Control on there. Yeah, so GTA 6 for me, Wolverine. Well, God of War is not this year. They did not have a release date for God of War. So we're off the hook with that. But yeah, Fable, the Lara Croft Tomb Raider game. Yeah, I mean the game Silent Hill, all that is Silent Hill. That's I mean, it's tough. It's gonna be it's gonna be some hard verses and hard curses for some people, me included. So Beyond the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that was good. Those are good. The Spider-Man was good. But guys, let's leave your comments. What did you all think? Obviously, it looks like I'm ending the poll here. 85% of you thought it was you enjoyed the state of play. I gave it an 8. I gave it an 8 point. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gave it an 8.5. But I give it a 9 if it showed one more Sony game. But it didn't, and that's cool. It's not the end of the world. And yeah, straight up, I enjoyed it. Thought it was good. I thought it was fun. Certainly hope you all enjoyed it and you all got to see something that you were interested in that you're either going to keep an eye on or you're going to go purchase. So you all take it easy. Have a good rest of the day. I am going to end the stream because I've got some other stuff to do. So you all take it easy and deuces.